What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today I'm coming back at you with another video. It is a series that I'm trying to revive in the channel. I think I did this one some time ago, the beginning of the channel, first 6 months or so, and it didn't have as much traction, and I kind of killed it off a little bit. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, you know exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about the 5 most carried knives in a given month. I really wanted to kind of aim to give you guys updates, what I'm currently carrying and things like that. Some time has passed now. The channel has turned 3 years old, and just, you know, I figure it's a good time to give that a revisit. Of course, this series is heavily inspired by MC Metal Complex, right? I think that goes without saying, so credit where credit is due. That being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. The number 5 knife most carried in February 2026. Now I had to kind of go back and see which knives did I carry the most, which ones were in my pocket, right? Kind of rank them and things like that. So there were a handful of knives that really could have made this list, but it's only a top 5. If it were a top 10, there were some really good knives in there for sure, but these were the ones that just kept coming back time and time again. Starting us off here with the Kumbu Tow 3, and this thing is an absolute beast. I mean, we're looking at a heavy-duty, hardcore, large knife. We have the orange peel titanium going on the handles, which looks so very nice. We're looking at Damascus pivot color. We're looking at Van Dyke steel with DLC on the blade. We're looking at a beautiful drop point blade here with a almost or entirely full flat grind, which, I mean, it's very functional. Not to mention, if you've ever handled a Kumbu knife, these come laser focused out of the factory. That's just how they work. That's just what they do. So super sharp knife. It is a frame lock here with a titanium pocket clip. It also brings a wire clip if you wanted to go that route, and it's reversible for lefties. So I mean, they know the sauce, they know the works. I mean, they've been around for a minute. They know how to make a good knife. We have a crown titanium backspacer. You got your lanyard solution back there as well. And again, this one's got that DLC, man, which is so nice. And as far as deployment goes, I mean, you got that oval shape deployment there for Spidey flick. You got a front flipper also, and even a nice tiny back flipper here as well. So through and through, I mean, really a workhorse. If you really want to go that route, I mean, you want to use your knife, absolutely, obviously use it. That's what it's meant for. So it's a definitely very capable knife, but at the same time, also combining some premium material. So this is not a safe queen for me in any way, shape, or form. I definitely used it quite a bit, and I carried it a ton too. You know, obviously that's what this video is all about. So also very fidgety. It has an internal stop pin. You have milling in the inside for weight reduction, so that helps with the weight department a tad bit. The one thing that, you know, kind of got me every single time, or at least the majority of the time, is forgetting, right, pressure on the lock bar. That is just frame lock 101. Don't put pressure on the lock bar if you want to thumb deploy, right? Otherwise, that's going to happen. So other than that, I went more for the Spidey flick most of the time, right? That front flipper, every single deployment method, so well tuned, right? With a nice D10 going on there, right? Just the Kumbu way. So, you know, this is a well executed knife, and I am really impressed. Great ergos, able to get a full purchase here, full 4-finger grip. You don't have a dedicated finger choke, but you can forward choke on it here. Quite a bit, right? Still safe from the edge there, good to go. Nice jimping there. Yeah, very nice premium folder here from Kumbu. That's just how they do it. That's just how they roll. The Tow 3 at number 5 here for most carried knife, February 2026. We're gonna keep things moving along here with number 4. This is a sleeper here. This is a knife that I absolutely slept on. I said this on a short. I even said this when I unboxed it. The CJRB Frack. And man, this is a beast, right? For starters, you know, I have smaller or average size hands, not big old bear paws.
Am I crazy? Or is your hand really small?
About the size of a KFC spork.
And this is a huge knife, right? Check out the hammer grip right here, all the way to the back. We can accommodate a 6-finger and a 7th finger. Got handle for days. The ability to forward choke is really good. You get really good control of the blade. You have my favorite geometry of all times, a nice warning right there with a flat grind and a stone wash, right? This is gonna be the budget version. Some people are looking out for the S90V version of these, and they're completely sold out. I had one of the viewers reach out to me on IG and ask if I could find it in stock anywhere, and I tried, but nope, not happening. Only the budget versions are available with the steel handle. You can either get a frag pattern or without a frag pattern, up to you. Lanyard solution back there, and of course you got that plunge lock button lock, one that CJRB made absolutely popular. You know they know how to do a plunge lock. They, I mean, if you've heard of this knife called the Pyrite, you probably know what's up, right? The Pyrite absolutely took off as one of the most famous knives in the CJRB lineup. It was always a very fidget-friendly knife, and this is basically a pyrite, but XL, like triple XL pyrite in a way, rocking that plunge lock button lock, and it's got the opening hole here for spidey flick and thumb deployment. You got a pretty lengthy cutting path as well, great for utility cuts and draw cuts. I mean, I typically don't like to carry like extra large knives because, again, I don't have the biggest hands in the world, but when you have a geometry, right, and the looks of this knife, it's kind of hard not to. Really enjoyed this one, and I carried it an absolute ton. And it's got a nice weight to it because the steel handles obviously add a little bit of weight. You got milling on the inside for weight reduction. Very nice deep carry pocket clip that's reversible. I mean, they got this knife absolutely dialed in 1000%. And I say that I slept on it because it's true, right? When CJRB launched this knife some time ago, I knew right off the bat it was going to be a really good knife. And somehow, some way, with so many other releases and so many other knives and so much other content I had going on, I didn't pick one up. And now I'm checking one out after the fact. And I'm like, man, did I definitely miss out on this thing for some time. So it's not a new knife released this year or anything, but this is the year that I actually got a chance to handle one, right, and check it out in person. And yeah, definitely been having a great time with the Frack from CJRB. So that's taking the number 4 spot. And coming in at number 3, we have this crazy knife right here. The reason why I carry this one a ton is because it actually released in February. And I was carrying it a ton, making content on it. I absolutely love the X-Lock, which I'm going to show you how it works in a moment. But yeah, this is an epic work of art here from Brian Winters, right, the knife wizard. The Winter Blade Co. X folder. We're looking at Magna Cut on the blade there with DLC, clip point blade, full flat grind. And we have a titanium pocket clip that's reversible on the other side. Titanium scales on this one. They were available with aluminum as well. All the available inventory sold out, so they're still, I believe, available for pre-order right now. I'll have a link down below if that is the case. You can get in on a pre-order. But here we go. Here it is in the flesh, the X-Lock. So the way it works is you have this liner, right, which is being held by these magnets. You can see in here, those work as sort of like a detent, right? So they hold the liner, and so it adds additional kind of tension here on this thumb stud, which you pull back with your thumb to kind of move the liner out of the way. And when you lift the liner here, then you can fold the blade. The reason why you need to make this move here is because that little notch right there on the blade, that is where this little bar, I'm gonna try to show it right there, that bar is going to notch into or log into. So the liners have a bar, that bar goes in here, and that holds the blade in place. And as long as you're gripping onto the handle, you've got a full grip. As long as that liner is not moving, which it takes quite a bit to do to overcome that magnet, you're good to go. Now, if you want peace of mind and you want it to become as close to a fixed blade as possible, you can roll this little gear right here. It's gonna show this little latch, and then you can just engage with that latch right there, engage that liner. Guess what? If the liner is not moving, if you can't get it out like that, then the knife is not unlocking at any point. It also comes with a variety of different perks. I'll just list them all on the screen right here so you can see them all, because there's definitely quite a lot to detail them all, and I don't want this video to be longer than it needs to be. But the moment I want to disengage the knife from the fixed blade position, I'm gonna just move the little gear back. That's gonna unlatch, right, this little arm right here. We're gonna tuck that away completely, and then we can go ahead and fold the knife. So it's a very fidgety knife, got the whole clickety clackety going on, and just the way it works, you know, like it doesn't, even though it has an opening hole there, it doesn't deploy like a traditional, right, knife. You can thumb deploy it or spidey flick it. So all the magic is happening right here with your thumb. That thumb stud is reversible, by the way, so you could mount it on the other side if you're a lefty, right? You could deploy like this. You could also move the pocket clip to the other side. Yes, this is a very unique locking system, making a very unique knife through and through. I am a knife collector, a knife enthusiast and collector, so definitely one that's going to spice up the collection for sure. This one here, the X folder from Winter Blade Co. I love my Severn from Winter Blade Co. as well. It's been one of my favorite folding knives in my collection. So this one right here is just another one of their models in an extensive lineup of crazy wild knives that Winter Blade Co. has. But yeah, that is the X folder in a nutshell. Again, I really enjoyed carrying this one a ton in February. I've only carried it a few times here in March, but absolutely a cool knife you should look into. By the way, all these have full overview videos here in the channel if you want to learn more and go into more detail. So we're going to go ahead and move on to numero dos. And at number 2, we have everyone's favorite mustache YouTuber knife design here, the Tristache from Tristate EDC. This one actually dropped, I believe, in February as well, somewhere around Valentine's Day. I remember I was out of town, right, with my family staying at an Airbnb, and so I was getting some pictures to post and things like that. I carried this knife a ton in February, not only because it is a good looking knife, but it's also one of my favorite geometries. Like I said earlier, if you've been watching the channel, you already know, I love me a good warning any day of the week. This one here is the absolute sauce. We have not only a Warncliffe, but also a hollow ground, which is amazing. We're looking at 154 cm steel on this one, and Kumbu is the OEM. Got a little mustache on the pivot there. That is a captive pivot. We have titanium diamond pattern scales, which I absolutely love. We do have a liner here on the liner lock side, and then it's just straight out, just milled. No liner on the opposite end, just titanium with milling. The original Tristache was a frame lock, button lock. This more affordable version is a liner lock, and I mean, they did an absolute amazing job here with this one. These sold out, I want to say, within the first day. I'm not even sure if they made it to the second day or not, but yeah, they sold out relatively quickly. Got an opening hole here for Spidey flick and thumb deployment. And yeah, I mean, it's I didn't expect any less. It is an absolutely beautiful design. Great, amazing ergos, right? Beautiful, great functional finger choil. Very utilitarian blade, great for utility cuts and drag cuts. I mean, carrying this knife is just definitely putting a smile on my face every time I take this thing out of the pocket. It's a good looking knife, and Cole is a pretty cool dude, so I love you know, carrying this one, supporting what Cole does as well. One of my brothers here in the YouTube content EDC knife world, if you would. So the Tristache, man, if you only got one, you definitely got to pick one up. They come and go, right, in stock. This is, I think, the second batch dropped in February, so hopefully there'll be more batches to come in the future. I wouldn't see why they would stop now that it's so popular and people just absolutely love it so much. It's got a titanium pocket clip that's reversible for lefties, so every single bit of detail, right, even down to the very extensive titanium backspacer that's nice and crowned. Every single detail that you could think of for a dream folding knife, that is exactly what this one has in store and what it is all about. So love me the Tristache V2 coming in at number 2 for February. Let's go ahead and move on to the last and final one. And this one coming in at number 1 only beat the Tristache by a hair. Only by a hair. And we're talking about, drum roll please, the Penrose Otarida, right? I only carry this one just a hair more than the Tristache, but I absolutely carry both of them a ton. I mean, all these knives, the reason why I carry them more than the usual knives or the regular knives I get into the channel is because they speak to me the most. It's a design that I like. They just keep coming back into the pocket whenever I'm deciding what knife to carry, and I've already carried some other ones, and which ones do I keep coming back to, right? These are the ones. We're talking about mostly monochromatic knives, or at least, you know, grays and blacks and things like that. This one, I got a chance to check out one with the Bee Blasted finish titanium. There's even a darker black titanium as well. But what really stood out to this one, and we'll break it down little by little, I really like the milling, right? Got the circular pattern milling going on all throughout the handle. Kumbu is the OEM on this one, by the way. And these are actually very reasonable priced. This is going to be a frame lock, right? We got a steel insert for steel on steel contact, titanium pocket clip as well. And then we have M390 on the steel, right? Check out the geometry there with a stone wash finish and a flat grind. Now, where it really comes together is the absolute deployment here, the execution. So we got a back flipper that works very nicely, right? Opening hole for Spidey flick and thumb deploy. Yeah, all day we are good to go. I like the dropping the flipper on my nail and then just letting the rest of the knife just do a full shot. Look at this. How nice is that? So absolutely very well tuned. And like I said earlier, you know, even though I enjoy carrying all size knives, this one actually fit my hands pretty well. I'm able to get a full 4-finger grip, hammer grip position, but I can also forward choke as well and get some really good control of the blade with the finger choil. So that also feels nice. Good amount of jimping on the blade. We also have milling on the inside for weight reduction. And a titanium crown backspacer also to match as well. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful knife. Very, very elegant, right? When you're looking at Premium knives, knives that you know you're going to be proud of having in your rotation, knives that you know you're going to be happy with. They're going to put a smile on your face every time you carry them. This is absolutely one of them. Basically, all other 4 knives also put an absolute smile on my face in the month of February. I'm definitely going to say this. I'm probably going to keep carrying this one a ton. Just one of my top favorite knives to carry right now. It's just a no-brainer. I find it in my pocket all the time. I'm probably going to be carrying the Tristache here on and off, also going forward. Again, absolutely love that geometry a lot. We also looked at number 3. We looked at the X folder from Winter Blade Co. Very, very cool locking system. We got the Frack, and just size-wise, I mean, look at the look at the size difference from the Frack to say something like the X folder. It's absolutely insane. And I think, you know, one that will give the Frack a run for its money is the TAO 3 from Kumbu. So yeah, I mean, even though I carried a ton of different knives for the month of February, it was a shorter month, and I also got a lot of gear in for the month. So definitely checking out tons and tons of different knives, but these were the ones that I carried the most. Let me know your thoughts on these guys. What do you like about them? What do you love about them? Anything you dislike about them? What do you think about my top 5 carry? If this series does well, I'll consider, you know, having it come back and keep doing them for the time being. It really all depends. You guys vote with your views. If it's a series that doesn't do all that well, then, you know, I'll just stick to the regular uploads. But really trying to give you guys some sort of variety, right? Different content formats and options and things like that. These, of course, are all linked down below in the description and pinned comments. Some of them may not be available, right? Like the Winter Blade Co. X Folder and Tristache V2, but really all depends. Maybe you're watching this 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, and maybe they are in stock. So I'll have all the links regardless down in the description and pinned comments so you guys can check them out. Prices, availability, and variants. It does help out the channel when you use those links. That's entirely up to you and at 0 extra cost. I also have a discount for Penrose knives, so definitely if you're thinking of picking one up, I'll have a discount code for it listed along with the link down below as well. Shout out to my Patreon supporters for supporting what I do here. You guys are awesome. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.